I'm Tom Nagorski. I'm the Executive Vice President here. And normally, at this stage, we are really only in the business of asking people to take their seats and to eat their meals because, of course, the speakers on the stage will have a very hurried lunch otherwise. But if I can ask you to just take a moment for something else that I'm going to say on behalf of the organization here. It's sad news that some of you, given your own interests and backgrounds, may have heard already. But this morning, just a couple of hours ago, we here learned the tragic news of the death of the Chinese writer, human rights activist, and Nobel Peace Prize laureate Liu Xiaobo. I guess some people here did not know. Liu Xiaobo was a person of extraordinary courage in the face of multiple adversities that he had faced. Among other things, he was credited many, many years ago with helping to save many students on the night of June 3rd, 1989, by negotiating between the students and the Chinese troops a safe passage out of Tiananmen Square. Liu Xiaobo, through the exercise of his conscience, in uniquely difficult circumstances, expressed his fundamental disagreement with the nature of the Chinese political system. For this, he paid a very great price indeed through the loss of his own personal freedom. And we at the Asia Society extend our deepest condolences to Liu Xiaobo's wife and his family. Thank you. I want to come back just to Tammy for one moment on where we began about an hour ago with Liu Xiaobo. And that is just to say, as a, well, first of all, you told me just before the event that you had met him on a few occasions. But I wonder if you have any reflections and also any thoughts as an editor to, you know, say a few words as to, do you think beyond the tragedy, beyond the human story here, as an editor of the major paper in Hong Kong, is this going to be a story, do you think, that will carry on for a while? Is it possible even to predict?
As I told Tom just now, actually, I met Liu Xiaobo a couple of times because beyond every June 4 anniversary is a big event for Hong Kong media. So even after 1997, I also went to Beijing during this June 4 anniversary, interview different dissidents, including Wang Dan, and Liu Xiaobo is one of them. To me, he's always remained as a very moderate, quiet, but very determined teller of the inconvenient truth in China. I mean, personally, I respect him a lot, and his death is such a tragedy. Personally, I also feel very sad for his family. As an editor of the South China Morning Post, this is a major story, at least for my paper. Our paper has been covering Liu Xiaobo's final conditions over the past weeks or so. And we are also preparing a leader to be appeared in tomorrow's paper to commemorate this, as I said, he's a determined teller of the inconvenient truth of China, and he's a real democracy fighter. I think in Hong Kong, this is a big news. And I also believe in the coming days, there will be still more stories on Liu Xiaobo. Tom asked me just now whether there will be big protest. Honestly, I think there will be protest in Hong Kong for this. And that also comes back to one country, two systems. The fact that in Hong Kong, we can report Liu Xiaobo freely, and people can protest against the Chinese government on the treatment on Liu Xiaobo. All this actually it shows the beauty of the two systems. I think only in China, Hong Kong perhaps is the only city that we can do all this legally. So that's my personal reflection on this.
Yeah. No, I appreciate your sharing that.